Hi, this is Jackie.
Hi, this is Diana.
And you're listening to HomeBodiesOnly, where we welcome all bodies to join us as we break down and dissect HBO series. And this episode, we are talking about The Sex Lives of College Girls, Season 2, Episode 2, Frat Problems. So, I hate to start it this way, but I wasn't super psyched about this episode. I mean, I liked it. There were parts I enjoyed. I don't know. I don't want to be negative. I mean, I love the show and everything, but I was just like, okay. I don't know. I liked the first one better than the second one, but
okay.
I don't know about you. Okay. They decide to have their own party, right? Because they can't go to the frat parties anymore.
Yeah,
they decorate really great.
It was adorable. Yeah.
Yes, Whitney and I didn't take notes on this part, but I know Whitney and Leighton go to get the alcohol, and they get like the better alcohol for the cooler, better looking people.
The top shelf,
like popular, the top
for the
shelf,
VIPs.
And then the lower, cheaper stuff for the wannabes. I don't even remember what she said. So, but long story short, 4 hours later, no one comes.
Nobody comes.
Fruta knocks on the door and just says, I'm not even going to confiscate your alcohol. Like, just enjoy it.
Have a good night.
He feels badly. Like Fruta apparently doesn't have a life at all either. Fruta looks like he's like late 30s to me. So I don't know what's going on.
At least.
Or what's going on. I don't know why. I feel like last year I didn't think about it, but this year I'm like, how old are you, Fruta? And because that's supposed to be a student position, right? He's like a
right,
he's a FAF.
You're
he's a
in
FAF.
Maybe you're still studying, or you're in grad school there, or
but even if you're in grad school,
isn't there could I be an RA if I wanted to be? If I applied at a school, and would they allow a 40-year-old to
no,
right, live for free
no,
on?
No, because
no, right?
No, I thought you had. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, sorry.
They always did see the RAs always did seem so much older.
Yeah.
Than they really were, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but he really looks older. Sorry.
I could weren't there professors that also lived on campus in like apartments at time? And did that happen on your college campus?
Okay. So no, I don't.
No,
I highly doubt it. I don't know. I doubt it. No. I mean, we didn't. Basically, we lived on campus freshman and sophomore year, and then you were out. Like you were off campus. So I can't imagine that there was a professor living on campus.
Like an apartment somewhere on campus.
Like actual professors. Like there were the assistant professors that were still, I think, students or adjunct. I don't know what they were.
Listen,
no,
it's probably. Although I think that room and board is a lot more expensive these days, but back then, what a great gig living on campus as an RA. Get the meal plan.
Yes, but
maybe
he wouldn't want to have that job. You know what? He probably can't leave. Now I just realized it. He can't leave the door.
Oh,
he has to be there.
That's true. You don't have a life.
He can't even go out.
How do you get a night off? Does somebody cover you? Like, is that even? And they have to be up all night. Because
ready to go.
Get rowdy. Oh yeah, it is not a job that I'm all set.
Forget it. We're
Never
done.
Mind.
All
Forget.
Right.
Erase that part because cheers to that. I'm all set
with our cool. I'm gonna say it right. Lear Laser Designs.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen, the holidays are coming. If you want some custom, you can. Yeah. They literally will engrave anything on everything. Yeah. Cutting boards. You could take they do like the notes. We had a handwritten note that my dad wrote on a piece of notebook paper, and they transferred it to like this cool like board thing. It's very neat.
Yeah.
Anyway,
for those of you who are not watching and you're listening, you can't see this, but they do laser engraving, I guess you would call it, like anything. And Diana was so thoughtful to make these for us. Again, we don't get any commission. No. Nothing. We're just promoting a lovely local business who runs out of Hudson, right? Hudson?
Yep. Hudson, New York.
Just throwing that in there.
Lear, Leer, Laser Designs. You can find them on Instagram, Etsy.
I will put links in the description for the podcast and also on YouTube. And we are now on Rumble.
Absolutely.
Okay, for those of you
who
know what Rumble is. I'm not going to go into Rumble right now. You either know what Rumble is or you don't. Right. You want to Rumble with us? We're over on Rumble. I literally just uploaded just one episode, the last episode we just did. Okay, Let's get going because I'm just promoting us and we don't really have that kind of power like J-Lo or somebody. Anyway, okay. Right. Fruta, I already got that. So Bella basically says we need to fix things with the frats. It's so funny they call them frats because we did not call them frats. It was fraternities. And okay. Kimberly FaceTimes her mom about the loan, but actually never asks because she finds out her dog had to get a new colon.
Sorry.
Because it's funny. The dog got into some Metamucil of her father's and literally blew out his colon or her colon. I forgot the dog's name. So, and that obviously was very expensive. As we know, pet surgeries. Don't get pet insurance.
You would know.
I mean, actually, I shouldn't say don't get pet insurance. I don't have pet insurance. My dog had to get a major surgery. Pet insurance wasn't going to cover it anyway. I don't see the point in the pet insurance. I'm just saying. So her mom.
Prove me wrong.
Yeah. Prove me wrong. Email us. Right. So her dad had to pick up new shifts and her mom started selling leggings on Etsy. So
leggings. It was like LuLaRoe all over.
That's what I was thinking of, LuLaRoe, but she didn't. But this is Etsy, so So clearly, it was a lot of money, and also her mom had new earrings that were found in the Walgreens bathroom.
The Walgreens bathroom.
Yeah, they didn't even look like that fancy. I know. Her mom.
No,
I was trying to look at her kitchen. I was like, they have a big kitchen, like a totally bigger kitchen than I have. I do like at the end though, she was like showing the leggings. She's like, which one would Bella like? She's going to, of course, send them leggings. So she's like, the surfing turtles or the cupcakes? I'm thinking the surfing turtle. Like, I think I might go for those surfing turtles. I kind of want a pair of
surfing turtles.
You know what?
Yeah.
We need to Google that. Why didn't I Google that?
Surfing
turtle leggings? Like, I've definitely seen those cupcake ones, I'm sure, somehow.
Yeah. You could get those at like
for that, but
any Marshalls, for like $7.99.
They're not at Marshalls.
Are they not though?
Walmart. I'm not making fun of Walmart because I've gotten things from Walmart. No.
Yeah. But they always have the very festive leggings. They're making their rounds.
They were like happy birthday leggings. Anyway, okay. Bella and Eric are hanging out there, and Bella just starts swiping on the dating app, and Eric is appalled because of just what just happened right before.
Right.
And then she's like, what are you doing tonight? He's like, well, you've hung out here. It's like 3 nights already and he's like, you're still banned.
Right.
He's still banned from the fraternity parties.
She has no life.
Yeah. And he basically says like, I shouldn't even tell you this because you were very overconfident, but you know you're cute and you should just go like basically beg them to be able to come back. She's like, okay. So then we go to Sips and Willow and Whitney are hanging out. And by the way, we find out then that they do have trimesters. So I think the Thanksgiving break might have been a little longer. I guess I knew at some point how much break you get with trimesters, but it's definitely like bigger breaks. Still, the leaves shouldn't have been on the trees. That's all I'm saying. Really bothered.
And I noticed that more than ever in this episode. I was like,
this episode
there's
too.
Leaves, and it's the dead of winter.
Leaves. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not the dead, but like there should not be leaves.
Well, it's clearly winter and snowing and blowing like heck.
Right.
And there's still greenery. I mean, the evergreen type trees, yes, that's normal to see those.
There's also
not the leafy ones.
No.
Did the colors even change?
Come on, everybody. Come on. Guys. We're going to get stuck
Things that
on
we
that
pick
stuff.
up on.
We're going to get stuck on that stuff. But come on. The child is screaming. Okay. there's a new girl at SIPS who's basically like amazing. She's like super, she literally modeled, we find out later. She's flirty with Kanan. So, you know, Willow's like, she just touched your man's arm. So Whitney gets up to go over there and like, Whitney tells her she lives with Kimberly. And Zoe's like, oh my God, I love her. She reminds me of my grandma.
Yeah, right. She reminds everybody of their grandma.
And then apparently Zoe is a tech genius. Like she did the whole system over. She broke into Kanan's phone. I don't know. She's amazing. She's amazing.
She can do coding, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. She's amazing. So then we have, then we're to Leighton and the chick. By the way, so the girl she met at the party, who she DM'd, we don't find out her name ever. And I even Googled like the cast. I was trying to look for different people's names and they say her real name, which of course I didn't put down. They don't have her character's name. They just don't ever say her name. It's kind of
weird. Haven't named the character.
No.
Interesting. Okay.
So they have some fun together and they walk out and they run into Bella like while they're walking. I mean, come on, Bella. Yeah. But Bella's like, why do you look all messy and happy? Like, I feel like Kimberly would say that, but Bella would not. Come on, Bella. Come on. Because you're always thinking dirty, you know?
Right.
So then the girl just basically like hardcore, like is making out with Leighton, like
just
too
right
much.
Now.
Right. So Bella says it was even too much for her. And then Bella says she has an idea to get back with the Theta guys and she's going to the gym to talk to them. And Whitney's like, can I come? Or it's like, did you come up with it yourself? She's like, yeah. She's like, I'll come with you. So then we go back to SIPS. And Leela, I love Leela so much. Leela asked Kimberly if she told her mom yet about the scholarship. And she said no, but she signed up for 23andMe. And how much did that cost? Okay. Kimberly, what are you doing? She keeps like, no, but I bought this. Right? No, I bought this. I bought that. Yeah, definitely. And she's trying to see if she has any rich relatives. And then I love that Leela's like, I love 23andMe. It told me that JLo was a distant great aunt. Do you see the resemblance? It's like pucker. And she's like, yeah. It's great. I'm not on 23andMe, but I am on Ancestry. No. I'm surprised we haven't come up as related yet. I'm waiting for that, right?
Yeah. It's probably there somewhere.
Yeah. I'll just, did you do Ancestry?
No.
Well, then.
No, because I was like,
you should totally do it. Oh no, it's for real.
No, but I was convinced that it, like, then the government has like all of my like rights.
The government already does. The government knows everything about you.
I know.
And who cares? Are you like, what's going on? Did you do something bad that we need to?
No.
I know. So that's what I'm saying. What do you care?
It's just like my identity is just out there then.
Your identity. Oh my God. Whatever. If you're shopping online, your identity's out there.
It's true. This is very true.
But it is accurate because I get notified like, you're related to blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yes, I am. I mean, there's definitely some people that I'm like, no, I don't know who that is, which is cool. But like my first cousins and their kids have done it and they come up and I'm like, yep, you're right. And it is cool too, because my ethnicity is that right? Keeps changing.
Oh, I remember
kind of
the conversation. Yeah, I remember us talking about this a few years ago with your mom's.
So it's not my mom. That was my mother-in-law. Yeah.
Okay, you're
not going to get into that. She definitely thought she had some very different variety inside of her. And I was like, no, you don't. Like, I was like, I can't, no. And she didn't, but yeah.
Right. Right.
People might be a little disappointed and surprised, actually.
Because they were told one, maybe that's why I don't want to, because I was told by my.
So what? What's going to happen?
Relatives who I was and.
Always thought, let's get into this. Okay. I always thought I was half Polish, half Italian. My dad's Polish, my mom's Italian. That's always what I all thought. My dad, because he also did Ancestry, comes out like literally 99% Polish. I'm like, you're probably one of the only people. Of course you're 99% Polish because you are such a Polak. It's unbelievable.
Are you sure that he's not from Western New York originally too? I mean, did he originate from Cheektowaga or?
No, he has more.
Not even a
Poland.
Relative? It's interesting.
No. I think they all just stayed like New York. They came in New York.
Over here.
City. And
they didn't go to Western New York. That's interesting.
No. how did you end up, like, how did people end up in Western New York? Did they come through like Canada? Like, do you know what I mean? I know that sounds stupid, but do you know what I mean? Because New York
no, I mean,
City,
they came from Poland. They went through New York City and then they just made their way
far.
up. But
that's far.
It's a far drive. It's far. Yeah, but that's where they...
Far carriage ride?
I mean, that's a far carriage ride, you know, but we could get into a whole podcast about Dingus Day and the whole thing.
We did talk about
we
Dingus
have at
Day.
some point.
We did.
Yeah.
I don't remember which show we were talking about off the top of my head, but we did talk about it. It was whatever show we were talking about when Dingus Day was happening. So
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, go Google Dingus Day. So anyway, my dad is mostly Polish. Now it's changed a little bit. There's been some other little things in there, but my mom is like so many things. So am I, like Italian, Greek. My gosh, there's like Middle Eastern. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff. I'm sure people listening don't really care, but basically it's interesting. It's very interesting. And you aren't what you thought you were.
Right.
My husband
you're told.
My husband was told his whole life growing up that he had Native American in him. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have an ounce. Neither does his mom, like, who was told too growing up. None.
Right.
So, but that's not, she thought she was other things. I'm not even going to get into it right now.
Yeah. I mean, it was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Lots of
anyway.
things.
Okay.
All
so Professor Hennessy comes in, which I find is a very funny name. Hennessy, like, what is it? Hennessy.
The drink?
Cognac? Cognac? I think it is cognac. It's either whiskey or something very strong. Anyway, her name, by the way, because I was like, I know that woman. I know that actress. Mm-hmm. Her name's Carrie Kennedy. She's from Reno 911, which I really have to go back and watch episodes because that is one of the funniest things ever.
Yeah,
for
that
those
was a
of
good
you
show.
Who have never heard of Reno 911, you have to go look it up and you will love it so much.
Comedy Central, I think it was, right?
Yes, I think so too.
Yeah, it was great.
So she comes into SIPS and she asks, Kimberly, she's having a dinner at her house. At first, Kimberly thinks it's for catering. No, she totally just wants her to come to the dinner, basically like all her favorite students, it sounds like. She has an exchange student there, Arif, and he's from Syria, and Leela's like loves Arif apparently, but I didn't write with the comments she said here, but I have the comments from the party. Leela asks, like, do you like helping students, even the white ones? So Leela's like, you need to ask her to like co-sign your loan,
right?
And the professor's like, bring a friend. So Leela's like, I'm coming with you, and she also looks up Arif. Okay, I'm going to sound like a moron right now. She looks up Arif on, wherever, Instagram, to find if they have like mutual people they follow.
Friends.
And she's like, oh yeah. All right. He follows Malala. So I had to look up Malala because I'm like, I'm such a moron. I'm not politically savvy. Like I am not into this stuff. So I thought Malala was probably going to be like a singer. No, I don't think so. I'm not going to get too much into this. So it's Malala. Oh gosh, I'm going to say it wrong. Yusa. It's either Fazai or Zai or Phi. And she's known for her human rights advocacy. I believe this is probably who she was talking about. And she's from Pakistan. And that's all I'm going to say, because I'm going to sound like a total moron. But I did not know who that was at all.
No, I just assumed it was just like a
singer or something. Yeah.
A singer or an actress or something.
Yeah.
Actor.
Then I felt, I was like, I'm a moron. Okay. So next scene, Bella, I wrote suckily apologizes.
Yeah.
Doesn't apologize very well. Very insulting. So, but Leighton comes up with an idea to get in their good graces, a fundraiser. She's like, you could do like a fundraiser about like climate change. And they say, I don't know why would anyone want to go to a fundraiser that they were doing? And just then the guy makes the basket and he starts like dancing. Of course, they all have their shirts off. Bella gets the idea for the striptacular. So she tells, now we're in the dorm, and she tells Kimberly and Whitney about it. And Whitney's like, I think it could work. And then Bella, I love this part. Oh my God. Bella goes into her room to create a playlist, which I thought of you because you love your playlist. But she's creating a playlist, which I bet you never did before. That's good for humping floors.
Yeah, no, I haven't created one of those.
Do you have a playlist for that? No, you don't. Okay.
No,
so I thought that was pretty funny.
Lots of playlists. but not one for
humping floors. Okay.
No.
So, and chairs.
Although Bobby Brown humping around would definitely be on that list.
Yeah, totally.
That's a jam.
And,
total jam.
Yeah. And
the Humpty Dance
I'm thinking bump
would
and
be
grind,
on there.
Bump and Grind. It's got to be on there. Right?
Bump and Grind would be good, but the Humpty Dance would be up there. Remember that one?
Oh, the Humpty Dance is your jam. But that's kind of like, that would
I would still have it on there. Yeah. But yeah, Bump and Grind was a good, a good vibe there.
Also, from Magic Mike, Pony.
Of course.
Which they should have totally played in this episode.
Right.
Which, yes, Genuine.
They probably didn't have the rights or something. Who knows?
They played a Lizzo song, by the way, in there. And I was like, I finally recognize. I mean, I love their music, but I don't usually recognize it.
Yeah.
So then Whitney, we're back in the dorm. And Whitney asks Kimberly about Zoe. And Kimberly just keeps gushing about her. She's like, a former model. Or here's another one that I'm totally moronic and uneducated about. She's like, AOC follows her. And I was like, is that an organization? No. Whoops, that's the wrong link. Okay. Whoops. Okay. AOC is a person.
Oh.
Political person. I thought I had the link here, so I'm not going to even.
Okay.
I'm not even going to pretend like I remember the name, but it's a woman.
Okay.
I believe a politician, and I sound like a moron, so that's all I'm going to say. I was like, what? Okay. Anyway. Then like Leighton's there, and then they ask Whitney if she's jealous, and she's like, ha ha ha, that's so funny. You should write for Bella's new magazine. Clearly she is. She's nice. Next scene, Bella is decorating undies for the fundraiser for the guys to wear. Whitney, which they don't. We ever see those bedazzled thongs or whatever she's doing. And they're biodegradable.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, sure.
Interesting. Whitney. Oh, so Whitney's like deep diving, looking at Zoe's, I guess, Instagram account. And she's like, I just liked a really old pic of Zoe with her grandma.
Yeah.
Wait, what was her grandma's nickname? Gam Gam or something?
Gam Gam.
It's funny. And she liked this picture, and it was from 2014.
Right.
So they're like, Kimberly's like, just like them all. It'll confuse her. And then Leighton's like, report her account for terrorism.
Oh my gosh.
And then Bella's like, no, you just change your picture and your profile name to Chipotle Albuquerque. And then Kimberly's like, that's like Zoe level smart.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good.
So this was fun.
And she just was like, done.
Yeah, I know. I know. Well, Bella with that phone. I mean, back like last season when she'd be texting.
Oh my gosh.
So, okay, I'm laughing more. I mean, I did like it. Okay, it's funnier than, it's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny episode. Okay, now we're at the dinner party. I felt so uncomfortable as soon as the dinner party started.
Oh.
I was trying to guess what is going to happen. What's going to be the deal? Is the professor hooking up with Arif? Is there going to be some weird exchange? Are they swingers? That's all I kept going to. I was like, So I was really uncomfortable. And Kimberly does ask her to sign the loan. And she's like, I see a lot of myself in you. And she wouldn't want to lose a student like her. So she's like, let me, give me a minute to think on it. I didn't think she would get back to her that night. Like I thought it would be the next day or
something. Was weird about the whole thing though. I was like,
it was a very weird vibe. It felt very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So now we're back at the Striptacular, and it's in the dining hall. I kept calling it cafeteria. I couldn't remember the name. I don't know why.
Well, because they're serving milk cartons.
Exactly. I got thrown off.
That's a cafeteria, not a dining hall.
Yeah. Bella is the boss. Like she is running the show. She's looking good in it. She's got a great outfit on.
Got her power suit.
Yeah. She's got her headset.
Yes.
Who's she talking to?
Nobody. That's the best part. So she's not talking to anybody. She just,
So Dean Miller shows up. Now this one annoyed me because I was like, I know this actress. So it's Rachel Harris. She's been in a lot of stuff. She was in The Hangover. She played a mom in one of the Diary of a Wimpy Kids, but she was also in Reno 911. So I definitely have to go back to this show. She shows up. She's like, it's over, like spouting out all the history and this and that. And then one of the guys, which I totally should know his name, is like, why don't you watch my performance of Thought She by Megan Thee Stallion, whatever it is. And she's like, no. And she's like, the Vermont Constitution was ratified in this room. And then Bella tells Leighton, she's like, just keep her here till I come back. So Bella ends up running, not too far, but she runs to Jackson for his help. Right. So then we go to Kimberly, and they're standing around at the party, and Leela tells Arif to forget about college and go into modeling because his bone structure is sick. And he's like, thanks, Leela. You're sick too.
Yeah.
Whatever. Professor Hennessy agrees to co-signing Kimberly's loan. Okay. So blah, 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 blah. And then the professor's like, I'm going to excuse myself. Who would ever at their own dinner party with students? So again, I'm like, what's the deal here? She's leaving.
What's happening? Because she's
There's
not.
a setup.
Yes.
You know, I was like, jumping all into that. So then, of course, the husband comes up to her. Although it wasn't what I thought, but of course, we knew something was going to go wrong. The husband starts chatting with Kimberly, and he's like, we should F sometime. Which, first of all,
just casually, no problem.
Do people really talk like that? Like,
nobody talks like that.
No, like no.
And you're holding like a big old glass of red wine, just looking all studious and whatnot.
Yeah. But he did. There was no subtleties. Like, it wasn't like, wow, you know, we should hang out again, you know, or something. Like, he didn't even try to be.
Yeah.
Smooth. Like, it was not attractive at all.
It's not what I expected.
No. And she was just
I thought that the professor, something was going to happen with her. Like right when she excused herself, or something was going to go down.
Yeah. So did I. So, then we go back to the Striptacular, and Jackson is doing a spiel about climate, how, you know, the tornado killed two of his friends and all this stuff. And basically the dean's like, I don't care. And then Leighton throws in that they raised $11,000. So she lets him do the show. Jackson leaves because he's expecting a girl, of course, you know, in like 5 minutes. The show starts, and I did love it. Like, I loved like the beginning, and it was good, the way they did that. Then we have Whitney. I'm calling it the step and repeat. I don't know. Whitney was in front of like literally the planet Earth behind her, and she was getting pictures taken. I don't know if I'm making up. It was the backdrop. It was for photos. Yeah. Photo ops. He goes to like post it, I guess, and he can't find her. First of all, that was also a very quick move. He was like, I can't find you. I'm like, that was way too fast. Way too fast. And she's like, it's kind of funny. And he sees, he grabs her phone. He's like, there's like pictures of burritos and wraps. That part was kind of funny. So she confesses, which I was like, whoa. Because I don't know. I thought it was going to turn to something like Three's Company or something, like, you know, the Three's Company. For those of you who are too young to know what Three's Company is, that was a really good sitcom back in the day. But it was come and knock on my door, and there was always a stressful, ridiculous situation they got into. So I thought it was going to turn into something, just one thing after another, one lie and lie and lie. But it didn't. So she just kind of admitted it. Then
what was the landlord's name? Mr.
Furley?
What was his
name?
Mr. Furley?
Well, there was Mr. Roper first. He was the first one with his wife. Oh my! I think it Farley. It was either Farley or no. Farley is the name of a horse.
Mr. Furley, right?
I think it was Furley.
It was, what's his name? Yeah, he was in some other shows.
Don Knotts.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, I know that one.
From like Leave It to Beaver.
My sister was obsessed with that show, and I
such a good show.
Watch it, but it stressed me out. Same thing with my husband. Yes. He's like, oh my God, I was always so stressed out. But it was funny.
It was.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
Where are we here? So he says that he's not into her at all in that way. Like, okay, come on. Just a little bit. Then she tells him that she heard him at the party, you know, talking about her, and he apologizes. And he does say she has too much time on her hands, but whatever. Then we go to, I'm glad that like they worked. I thought it was going to turn into like, he wasn't going to be into her anymore. She was. I was like, oh, come on. Yeah. So then we go to Leighton and Willow, who are chatting, and Leighton sees her hookup chick making out with somebody else. And she's like, oh my God, was I dumb to dump her? Cause she's like one of the hottest girls on campus. And Willow's like, well, you know, you are basically. And then she notices like everybody's looking at her. But I like too that Willow's like, you're not my type. I'm into gingers. And she mentions somebody named Shiv Roy. And I'm like, I don't know who that is. So I Googled it, and it's a character from Succession, which is another HBO show that.
Oh, okay.
So the character's name is Shiv Roy. I forgot the real.
Yeah.
The actress's name is Sarah something. I have not watched that, but my husband says it's so good. So I don't know. He says it's really, really good. Not like good Euphoria good, different kind of good. I think it's
okay.
Because,
thanks.
We have a whole Euphoria thing here. Okay. So Kimberly arrives and tells them about the professor's husband, and they grill her on how she answered and how she was like, cool. I'm like, nod her head. They're like, no, you basically said yes. Then the guys summon them for their dances, which, so I have to ask you, I'm probably should not go into any details, but have you been to a strip club?
No. I've always wanted to give it a go. I've never been.
Okay. So I'll tell you.
Assuming you have.
My experience, yes. Okay. So the first time I went to one, it was down. So I worked,
Oh,
down,
was it in New Jersey?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because they're big in New Jersey.
I never lived in New Jersey.
Rick Tallyho's, or what was it called? No, that was Niagara Falls. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm thinking of the, not The Godfather, the Sopranos one.
Oh, the Pony.
Pass it?
Stone Pony. Is it Stone Pony? No.
I don't know.
Stone Pony.
You like
we have a deli in
Manhattan.
called Stone Pony. That's called Stone Pony. So, no.
Anyway,
only in New York.
Only
in Manhattan. Only in Manhattan. So
Manhattan.
I'll try to do a brief story because I probably should not go into too much stuff. So I have been to both. If we want to be gender biased here, I've been to both female, where the female women are stripping, and I've also been to where males are stripping. So, so the first time I used to work very close to Wall Street when I first started working in the city, and it was like 1997. So it was like hopping down there. And one night, probably like a Thursday, the guys were like, come on, let's go to the strip club. And like, it wasn't late night. It was literally like probably happy hour time, or maybe we went a little later. And it was packed, and it was small. It wasn't like a big one or whatever. And I had so much fun. The men in there, I was like just sitting along the runway. They were like, oh my God. They were so into the girls that were fully dressed in like suits. They were like, oh, they were like loved us because I don't know. I guess because we weren't stripping, and they were like, oh my God, you get up there. And I was just like, we had so much, not that I got money or whatever, but like, cause I was with my friends, and I didn't go up there, but it was a big ego boost. Everyone's like, woo, because they were psyched we were there. I mean, I didn't get a lap dance from anybody. Nothing happened. Just a lot of attention, and maybe I got drinks bought for me. I don't know. So I had told my friends about it. I was like, I had so much fun, and I got a lot of attention. They're like, we want to go. And we ended up like going to one. I don't remember if it was like, because Wall Street was funny. That area on the weekend was dead, like at night, because it was, nobody's there. So we might have went on like a Friday night, and it was just like a very sad looking. Yeah. I'm not going to say the name, what they call those things, something bar, because basically there's just like topless women kind of just dancing around, but it wasn't like a real strip club with like an act or whatever. And it was so lame. We were like, sorry. I was like, sorry. So then I think and then that was it. And then I did go to Scores, which is like that was famous at one point. Have you heard of Scores or no?
Okay. No.
Well, Howard Stern, when he had like his show on the radio, he was now he does probably, I think he either does a podcast or he's like XM radio or whatever. He
does have a show on Sirius XM.
Okay. He would talk about Scores all the time. And I finally did go, so this is when I worked at Morgan Stanley, and I remember it was only like a few of us. There wasn't a lot of us. And I was probably after a holiday party, and the guys were like, come on. You want to go to Scores? I said, I will go to Scores, but you have to pay for everything. Like, I'm not paying crap. Like, I'm not paying anything. I think I was free to I think the women, we were free to get in. And of course, like the women that were there stripping, they the guys, of course, want them to I don't remember. To be honest, I don't know. Like, of course, they want them to give you a lap dance because, of course, guys like that. And I think I don't really remember them giving us a lap dance. I remember there was a woman like around us or whatever. And my friend who was there was like, oh my God, look at her tushy. She literally said that. Look at her tushy. It's so firm. And she's like, is that real? Is it real or did you get something done? And the girl would not answer her.
Oh, shoot.
Anyway, it was just funny. So it was fun. It was fine. I did go to a male one. I'm not even going to get into the details of that because everybody would be horrified. It was for a bachelorette party and it was in the city, and there's a lot going on the side is all I'm saying. And I will just say that has nothing to do with stripping. We put my friend, didn't I tell you? We put my friend in a dog collar and a dog leash.
Oh, God, pulled her, no.
We pulled her around the city. Not hard, but she left. Yeah, that's what we did. Okay. Cheers. You're my friend. Okay. We didn't do anything to her. It was just
that is weird.
Got a lot of attention. We had a veil.
That's like something out of like some sort of like
I know. We didn't have her crawling on all fours or anything weird, but like we were literally, come on, like we had her on the dog leash. And, it's like, you know how many drinks we got? Like, come on, that's what you got to do.
Oh no! Please tell me this was
you got to work
2002 or something.
This was was it even
last
2000
Saturday
yet? No, it was definitely because I left the city at the end of 2003. So
yeah.
And she got married somewhere between 2000 and 2003. So it was probably like,
thank goodness.
Yeah, it was probably like 2002. Okay. Of course.
That is great.
I'm a good girl.
Oh my goodness.
I wasn't doing anything
right, so
other than that. I'm all about the show. Come on. All right. Anyway,
so what did
Diana's leaving the podcast?
Yeah, I'm all set.
Okay. So they got a dance. Yeah, I think there's just one more scene.
Is there?
How long are we going? Okay. Oh, we're going good. Yes. Sorry. So the last scene is the professor asks Kimberly to come to her office, and she tells her she can't co-sign her loan. And right away, Kimberly's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I would have never done anything with your husband." And she's like, "What?" And basically was like, "What are you talking about?" She said, and she's like, "My account." And Kimberly's like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "My accountant was worried it would mess up my credit score." And
which is true. You should never co-sign a loan.
No.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah. Especially not her child. Like, it's not even her child.
I know. Yeah.
And then she asked if her husband made a pass at her. And she says, I think I just misunderstood what he said. She's like, well, what did he say? So she tells her. And Kimberly apologizes. The professor's like, you've done nothing wrong. Then she calls her and she's like, she's like, my unemployed husband who has done this before, basically. She calls him. She kicks him out of the house. And then
you're Nancy's problem now.
I know, Nancy. I heard that name.
Nancy. Of course, Nancy. Your sister's name is Nancy.
Nancy. And Kimberly was walking out of the building just going, shit.
Yeah.
So I think that was the end.
That's it. Yeah. Do you think they're going to do something with the money they raised to help her or no? I mean, that's not a lot for her.
I don't know, because I did watch the previews. I don't know if you watched the previews at the end.
No.
The episode, and she says that she went to the financial aid office, and then she says, I think I figured out a solution. God knows what this is.
I can't imagine that she wouldn't get some sort of other opportunity.
Well, here's the thing. I'm trying to think. I had to get financial aid. I got a loan, but it was they called it financial aid. It was a loan. Like, it was through school. Yeah. So why did she have to go to the bank? But I know my dad was involved. He helped me figure it out, but I think you can do it. Well, you know what? You
through the school. Yeah.
You know what? I think to do it, you have to not have your parents co-sign. You have to be like emancipated. Isn't that the word? Emancipated. Is that the word when you basically, like your parents aren't your parents anymore?
And they don't claim you, right? Like they don't claim you and you don't get their insurance and all. I don't know.
Let me see.
Do
you think she's not going to do that?
That would be wrong for them to give. I just started to I was like, well, they made $11,000, but that's like for charity, so they can't give it to her. I just meant but I was thinking immediately, I was like, that amount of money, I was thinking they were like, oh, we could raise money for you now or something.
Right. Well, I feel like I just screaming it. I think you and I, weren't we talking about how at the end of last season, we were like, what are they going to do? Like a GoFundMe? Did we say that or no?
Yeah, something
like that. So emancipated means free from legal, social, or political restrictions, liberated.
But that's something you'd probably do.
I swear that's the term. No, actually, a friend of my niece did that, and she like paid for college herself, like all this stuff, and I thought the word was emancipated. It's like the opposite of adoption. I hate to say that. It's like like you basically are like, I'm an adult. Okay. And I think you can do it maybe under 18. But she's not under.
Interesting.
I don't know, but I hope she doesn't do something like that. Do you think she'll do something?
Yeah. Oh my God.
If you think about, well, I guess you're not. But she's, you know what? Think about it. Like she's obviously over 18. Why can't she apply for a loan? She is an adult. Like, it's kind of.
Maybe she doesn't have any credit.
No, but think about it. I think though, like, especially with a bank, you do have to have your parent cosign. I know because I had, like I said, I had financial aid and I had a student loan. That was a student loan. I don't know what the bank was doing, but my dad definitely was involved. He paid my interest off. Like before he paid interest, he was paying interest for me.
Oh, right.
And then I took it over. Anyway, okay. Exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I did like this episode. I don't know. I was kind of like, I don't know
you liked it better
what I expected. I liked it better when I spoke about it to you.
And I learned so much.
About me. Well, yeah, but there's more to tell, but I'm not going to tell that on this podcast.
Well, I think that's all we got for tonight, but I'm
excited for the next two to come out on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, stay tuned. Can't wait to talk about talk about the next episodes.
Yeah. Hey, if you could rate and or review us, that'd be fantastic. If you enjoy us, please don't rip us apart.
Yeah.
You don't need that. If you don't like us, keep it to yourself.
Keep moving.
All right. Bye.
Bye.